So we're finally done making Evergreen, and I am incredibly proud of what we accomplished. So if you haven't already, please watch it on SK's channel. I have the link to it in the description. When Overwatch 2 came out, I got the desire to make a new Lucio wall riding video. I still had some ideas and goals from Overwatch 1, and I finally had motivation again, so I started. And soon after, I had a few ideas for jumps that involved more than one person. And the best person to ask that came to mind was SK. I knew that, just like me, she loved technical wall riding, was really good at it, didn't mind grinding difficult jumps. I also really liked her as a person, so I asked her, and to my excitement, she enthusiastically agreed to collab on the project. So we spent like half a year landing some of the coolest Lucio trick jumps and rolls of all time. Don't mind me bragging. Now it was time to edit this thing. So far, every time I edited a montage, I learned something new, and this time I had pretty big plans of how I wanted to step things up, so I swapped from Adobe Premiere Pro to DaVinci Resolve, which, by the way, is a far superior program, and it has a free version, so if you do any editing, you should definitely use it. Anyway, I wanted to learn 3D stuff in video editing this time, so I began my journey with that, and I'd never even used Blender before this, so it wasn't going to be easy. I'll spare you from telling you about all the failures and things I wasn't happy with, but what I arrived at the end is something I'm really proud of, and I think you can see how good it looks in the intro to Evergreen. First, I wrote my own extension for Blender that takes the data from a camera object and translates it into coordinates that are compatible with Overwatch. Then I wrote a program that reads this data and uses it to generate workshop code for a game mode that lets you perfectly replicate the movement of the camera in Blender. And I could then film the actual game and have the video perfectly correspond to whatever I put in Blender, letting me have 100% accurate motion tracking without actual tracking. I also asked a friend who teaches game art and 3D stuff in Cambridge to create a tree model for the video, which she also insisted on doing for free, so a giant thank you to Surocat for creating this beautiful evergreen. Now it was just a matter of building cool stuff in 3D corresponding to the Overwatch maps, masking it in 3D as well, and overlaying the generated frames onto the footage shot in Overwatch. With some color correction and so on, they blended seamlessly, and here we are. It took a ton of work and effort and love for the project to get to this point, but I'm so incredibly proud of the result, and I didn't even rant about the actual jumps in this, which I think will be entertaining even if you know very little about wall riding, and will surprise you even, or especially if you already know a lot. Once again, the link is in the description. It makes much more sense to post this one to SK's channel, obviously. Go watch it, and if you haven't already, and thank you so much.